Hello students, myself Dr. C.R. Chaugule, Head Department of English, Gopal Krishna Gokule College, Kolhapur. This lecture is for the students of BA3 Special English. Name of the paper number 8 is English Poetry for the semester 6. Let us know the module 5th topics for background readings. Unit 1st, Victorian Poetry. The label Victorian poetry refers to the poetry written during the period of Queen Victoria's rule, which roughly extends from 1837 to 1901. However, the last decade of 19th century was marked by a setting reaction against Victorian ideals and values. Therefore, it is valid to mark the Victorian age from 1832 to 1887. In the history, the Victorian age has a special importance for the reasons like material affluence, political consciousness, democratic reforms, industrial and mechanical progress, scientific advancement, social unrest, educational development, empire expansion, and religious uncertainty. Quite a large number of thinkers welcomed the new progressive changes, whereas others criticized them. The Victorian period was essentially of general peace and prosperity for England. The few colonial wars, except the Crimean War, had little adverse effect on the national life. However, the impact of the French Revolution persisted in the earlier years of the period, and by the middle of the century, the nation settled down to the normal ways and felt safe from any revolutionary element upsetting the peace and normal ways of life. Consequently, the English people could bring about the transformation of social, industrial, commercial, and intellectual aspects of their life without any threats of violent upheavals. With peace come material and industrial progress. The Industrial Revolution changed England's agricultural economy into commercial economy. Establishment of mills and factories at the important place made the country hum with the rattle of looms and machines. Industrial advancement had several side effects besides material progress and richness. On the other hand, it created a privileged class of capitalists and mills owners who could enjoy fruits of wealth and luxury, and on the other hand, a class of half-fed and ill-clad mill workers who had to live with their miserable lot. National wealth continued to grow, but its distribution was unequal. Its result was the birth of new classes of haves and have-nots, that is, one of luxury and the other of misery. The deplorable conditions of working classes called for social reformers, and a stage was prepared for improving a lot of the depressed and downtrodden sections of the society. Here, the Victorian age witnessed vigorous social reforms and a line of sincere social reformers who tried to do away with their painful ills of the age. Hence, this age is regarded as an age of humanitarian consideration and social uplift of the common people. In this age, there came up a band of literary men and women and social reformers whose humanist stand censured the ills of their unfortunate countrymen. The works of Charles Dickens, Mrs. Gaskell, Carlyle, and Ruskin reflect their zeal for radical reforms in the social and economic conditions of the country. The passing of the reform bills was the outcome of the pressure from the masses and working classes. They signaled the birth of democratic consciousness among the Victorian people. Moreover, the age was a tussle between aristocracy and plutocracy, and between democracy and socialism. In spite of protest from the supporters of kingship, the compass of political and social conditions turned to common people who could choose their representatives. As such, the concept of the divine right began to become archaic. Another outcome of social reforms was expansion in the field of education. The passing of the Education Act was a landmark in the educational history of England. A large reading public came out to welcome the flood of reading materials like novels, prose, and poetry. The press also came into its own and became a strong force in refreshing political consciousness among the Victorian people. The Victorian age also witnessed intellectual and scientific advancement. More and more scientific enthusiasts devoted themselves to popularization of scientific works like Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. The man of science was no longer looked upon as a bookish recluse but as a social figure influencing the social and educational life and the age. In spite of the scientific progress, the general tenor of life was still guided by religious and moral considerations. The Victorians were moralists at heart, and religion was a main story of their lives. As such, there was a conflict between religion and science, between moralists and scientists. But the current of religious thought was not chilled. The Oxford movement represents the revival of the old Roman Catholic Church when science was challenging the religious thought of the age. Thanks for listening me carefully and attentively. Thank you.